The middle part of 4.8 is looking at how do we work with complex numbers and do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So this video, I'm going to focus just on what a complex number is and how we add and subtract them, which is very quick. So a complex number is any number that has both a real part, which is usually denoted with the letter A, and then an imaginary part, which is written as BI. This is called a standard form of a complex number. The real part comes first, and then the imaginary part comes second. So I have some examples of what would be complex numbers: 3 plus 5i, 7 minus 2i. It is possible to just have the I part and not have the real part. So 8i is a complex number, negative I is a complex number. If you're being asked to add or subtract complex numbers, it's really easy. It is essentially grouping the real parts together and adding them together, and then the imaginary parts and adding them together. Think of it like terms. I'm also going to show you a little bit on your calculator here, and then the next video is going to be almost entirely calculator. So when you're looking at these, and I know there's a lot on this page, but we're going to go through them very quickly, and you're asked to add. So we'll start with the adding ones. You're going to add your real part with your real part, and then you're going to add your imaginary part with your imaginary part. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and then 2i plus negative I is plus a 1i, or just I. That is considered your complex final answer. I'll do the one below it because it's addition, and then I'm going to go to subtraction. So same thing, we're going to add our real parts together. So 5 plus 1, or 4 plus 1, excuse me, is 5. And then negative 2i plus 3i is positive 1i, or just plus I. The one to the right of it, also addition. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And negative I plus 4i is 3i. And it will ask in Delta Math to write it in A plus BI form, meaning your real part comes first and your imaginary part comes second. If it is subtraction, you want to make sure you distribute the minus sign. So what I mean by that is that subtraction is going to make that negative. It's going to make this term positive. So when I do my 6, I'm actually going to do 6 minus 1, which is 5. And then I'm going to do negative 2i, and it's going to end up being plus 2i. So I'll have negative 2i, and then when I distribute the minus sign, plus 2i, those will actually cancel. And so your answer will only be the real part, 5. So same with the one below it. We're going to distribute this minus sign, distribute this minus sign. So we have 4 minus 2, which is 2, and 6i minus 3i when I distribute the minus sign, which is plus 3i. You can also do these on your calculator, and I'm going to do that a lot in the next video. And this one I just want to show you just in case you want to do it. First thing you want to make sure is your calculator is in the right mode. So if you go to mode, you want to go down to where normally the calculator in its default will have the word real highlighted. It's the second one from the bottom. We want to put it in imaginary or complex mode. So you're just going to go over to the one that says A plus BI and hit enter. And that will allow you to work with I's, and it'll allow you to work with these imaginary numbers and not create an error. And you can leave it in this mode the entire course. It won't hurt anything. So if you want to do these on a calculator, although it doesn't save that much time, you just have to make sure you use parentheses. So we're going to do parentheses, negative 2. I'm doing the one on the bottom row, the first one, plus 4. To get the I button, you hit the second key, and then you hit the decimal point. So the second key and the decimal point, that will get you that little I. It kind of looks like a little curly on the end. Close your parentheses, and then minus parentheses 2 plus 7 second and the decimal point. So if you want, you can do these on a calculator. The calculator will always put it in A plus BI in notation. Sometimes I think it's nice to do the subtraction ones with a calculator so you don't have to worry about distributing the minus sign. I think the addition ones are actually easier just to do without. So like this one, I'm not going to use a calculator. 1 plus 4 is 5, and negative 2i plus 5i is 3i. If you want to do the last one with a calculator, just to show you those keystrokes again, you're going to do parentheses, 2 minus I, close your parentheses, and then a minus sign, and then another parentheses, negative 1 minus 4i, and it will take care of all the distributing of the minus sign and combining like terms or like parts to give you your answer. So that is how you write complex numbers, that's how you add them, and that's how you subtract them.